Hi there. So in Galatians chapter 5, Paul's talking to the Galatian church about freedom in Christ. And God has saved us, to be free. And we want to experience true freedom in Christ. And what he doesn't want is for us to be saved and then go back into a way of bondage and in slavery because of our ways of thinking and our ways of behaving. And this is what Paul is speaking to the church about, is that Christian faith is achieved for us living in the spirit, and we don't earn or gain salvation by works in the flesh. And so he goes on to make, I've noticed three important points about faith that he speaks about in verses 5 and 6. He goes on to read, "But we who live by the Spirit eagerly await to receive by faith the righteousness God has promised to us." In verse 6, "For when we place our faith in Christ Jesus, there is no benefit in being circumcised or being uncircumcised." And lastly, what is important is faith expressing itself in love. And firstly, in verse 5, goes on to say that, yes, we who live by the Spirit, yes, we live by the Spirit, but we eagerly await to receive by faith the righteousness God has promised to us. And so righteousness that God has promised us speaks about our standing with God, our right standing with God, and that God accepts us in our relationship with Christ, and we are accepted through faith. And we're not accepted by trying to work, trying to make it happen. We are accepted whether we believe or not, whether we think we deserve it or not, maybe because of some of the things that we've done. God accepts us still, but we are accepted on the basis of our relationship in Christ, and it's through faith that we achieve this. Secondly, that our faith is placed in Christ Jesus alone. That faith is not placed in any man, any spouse, any wife or husband, any family member, any friend, any boss at work, but faith is placed in Christ alone. It's not faith, and it's not placed in any material possession or anything like that. And lastly, that there is an intention with our faith. That yes, first and foremost, faith is we need faith so we can believe God exists, and that we can come to Him and experience a relationship in and through Christ. But lastly, that faith expresses itself in love, and so that we use our faith to help us serve each other, one another, in love. And so that's the way that we can experience freedom in Christ. Once we're saved, to experience the blessings and abundance of a life in Christ, and not go back into our old ways of living, and thinking, getting us tied up again in slavery and bondage. We achieve this by faith.